Good morning. You are listening to UpReach, a morning devotional presented by the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee, to encourage you as you face the opportunities and challenges of today. Let's begin this day together with some inspiring thoughts from God's holy word. And I, if I am lifted up from the earth, will draw all peoples to myself. John chapter 12, verse 32. In our time together yesterday morning, we considered the importance of showing kindness to all people, even to those who may differ from us in their religious thoughts and practices. We mentioned Caldwell, who held a pretty cynical view of religious people and of religion as a whole because of the way he saw people alienating themselves from others rather than showing kindness to them, all under the guise of religion. Caldwell speaks of creeds without charity or love. He suggests that there is a certain type of so-called Christianity which joins together an unimpeachable orthodoxy and an almost complete lovelessness. It is much more concerned with smelling out heresy than it is with helping human need. It carries with it an atmosphere of permanent disapproval. It is incapable of believing that there is any other way to approach people with the knowledge of God than its own way. It claims the right to sit in judgment on the faith and the belief of all others. It may possibly blast men with truth. It will certainly never warm them with love. Caldwell speaks of theology without humanity. A theology which cannot be communicated to an ordinary man is not a valid theology. That may be a hard saying, but salvation is not of the scholars, but of all men. And if a man has discovered a gospel, he has the obligation of communicating it clearly to others. Caldwell speaks of a practice of Protestantism without Christianity. This still exists. It will anger some people to say so, but there are few things less Christian than the way some display a deliberate flaunting of intolerance toward those with differing ideas. On many occasions, such behavior is deliberately asking for trouble. There are certain people whose primary practice of religion consists not in what they believe, but in dwelling on what is wrong with the views of everyone else. One can never establish his practice of Christianity upon a doctrine of protest, for protest is essentially negative, and Christianity is essentially positive. We must be cautious because one can lose his soul no matter what church he attends. We must be sure that we are following the guidelines given in the inspired Word of God, and we must also be sure that our heart is right with God. Caldwell's complaint is still valid. Orthodoxy, intellectualism, and Protestantism, in the narrower sense, cannot win people. What does win people is a life lived in such a way that others can catch a glimpse of the love of Jesus Christ. What about you today? Do you spend more time in arguing with those who hold different beliefs or in demonstrating the love of Jesus to them? Remember, Jesus himself says, "And I, if I am lifted up from the earth, will draw all peoples to myself." John chapter 12, verse 32. Why not ask God to help you today to stay focused on the goal and to simply lift up Jesus for the world around you to see? This has been UpReach, a presentation of the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee. I am Kyle Bolton, the pulpit minister at Church Street, and I would like to personally invite you to come and share times of Bible study and worship with us each week. We meet every Sunday at 9 o'clock a.m. for our morning worship, followed by our Sunday school for all ages at 10:15 a.m. Then we meet again at 6 o'clock p.m. for our evening worship. We also have a midweek meeting for devotion and Bible study on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. I hope to see you there. Have a blessed day.
You are the words and the music. You are the song that I sing. You are the melody. You are the harmony. Praise to your name I will bring. You are the Lord of lords. You are the mighty God. You are the King of all kings. So now I give back to you the song that you gave to me. You are the song that I sing. You are the words and the music. You are the song that I sing.